Hey, how's it going, everybody? BTBT is back at it once again, and this week's show concludes the epic I Drank Beer Today, I Drank Beer Tomorrow, Can Share Extravaganza trilogy. In this final installment of the series, we hang with Jason. He returns to the show. He's the owner and head brewer of Strong Rope Brewery, based out of Brooklyn, New York. The episode is a little loud, it's a little wild, and the hosts are all 3 sheets to the wind. But this was without a doubt a great way to cap off a terrific event at a fantastic brewery. Don't forget to visit the BTBT store at BeerTodayBeerTomorrow.com for all of your shirt and glassware needs. All proceeds go towards bringing you bigger, better, and more robust content. So check out the BTBT store at BeerTodayBeerTomorrow.com. Now grab a few cold ones and enjoy this week's show. Cheers.
He's the royal beer holder.
I drank beer today. I drank beer tomorrow.
Shout
Crossover, collabo show.
Real life.
And honestly, this could not have happened without Strong Rope Brewery in Brooklyn.
Shout out Strong Rope.
One of the
So
best
hard.
breweries
Having a great
in
time.
Brooklyn. And we have a very special guest. Sir, please introduce yourself.
Jason Sahler, owner, Strong Rope Brewery. Thanks for coming in, guys.
And Jason, first question we all want to know. Why did you agree to this insanity?
I was going to say, first question, you're great.
You know, the first show we did with you guys was such a fun time, and I wanted to have you guys back in, and I was just like, you know what, this it needs to happen more often, and I like what you're doing. I like the dissemination of beer knowledge. I like the sharing of bottles and beer and stuff. So it was an easy call for me.
So, again, I would like to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting this all happen. Thank you for
Shout
bringing
out
in
Strong Rope so much.
I Drank Beer. Thank you for bringing in Beer Today Tomorrow. And all the bloggers and social media influencers who are here right now at Strong Rope.
Yeah.
But so tell us, it's been about 2 months or so since we've been here. What do you guys got going on? What's going on in the Strong Rope world?
Oh, what's going on? Well, we just finished up Beer Week, New York City Beer Week, which was awesome. We had a IPA event where we, since we're using 100% New York hops in all of our beers.
Oh, yeah.
We had an IPA event with 8 different beers that we brewed, trying to kind of showcase what's going on in the New York State.
What was the
And it was
physical
awesome,
details about
by
that?
the way.
Was that?
It was good times.
How do you organize that many people into getting a beer that everyone agrees with? Not easily, apparently.
That everyone agrees with? I mean, we were just throwing them out. Like, we were just brewing them day after day, like just trying to come up with something different.
Yeah.
We tried to have a range, so we had the small IPA field drinker that's on right now.
Which is probably the best IPA I've had in a a while, to be honest.
Thank you,
Shout out
thank
right
you, sir.
there. Cosign.
But then jump into like English IPA, Ethical Professor, a handful of like double IPAs. We're trying to play around, and we're around a bunch of great IPA breweries. So part of the double IPA thing was wanting to see. Part of the whole IPA fest was to kind of see, can we try to match or create something as unique as they are? I know it's not going to be the same. They're just different hops.
I think what the most impressive part about Strong Rope when I first got here was the variety of styles around IPAs.
Yes.
There were so many different takes on the style. If you were a fan, now you get the luxury of having a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Expand your palate.
Yeah, I love, part of the thing that we do normally is have 10 taps. We have, we try to have a different, like a bunch of different styles. Everything from blondes and our pub ale to our ambers and browns and IPAs and imperial stouts, barley wines.
Was the 10, was that a number that you worked towards figuring out, or you had inspiration for, or you just knew, I like the idea of 10? Because I've been to a lot of different, breweries, and some are, in my opinion, some are too many, some are not enough. How did you come on that number?
Now you're making me go to the Wayback Machine.
To me, that's important. When I go someplace to drink,
So I think part of it was we're making all the beer.
right.
So we want to have enough taps that it makes sense for us to be pouring our own beer. I've been to places with way too many taps that I wanted something a little smaller to choose from.
Yeah.
But I've also been to places that only have a few taps, and I'm like,
That's
we
what I'm saying.
need a couple more. So I guess for us, it was a sweet spot. I think I could have done 12 also, like right around there. Like that 10 to like 14 is my kind of sweet spot for number of taps.
I agree. Personally, from my experience, I agree.
Yeah.
10 to 12, I feel if you can't find something in there,
Right. Yeah.
after that, you get too much. That's why I don't like some of the bigger beer places where they have like we have 100 beers to offer.
Right.
It gets lost. Yeah. There's no
Gets lost.
appreciation.
Half of those probably like bad and like
Dust
been
on
sitting
them
for
and
like
shit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I almost feel like 8 to 10 is that sweet spot.
I agree.
Like that's that
Yeah.
spot where it's like you have enough
You're right in
diversity.
the middle. 10, beautiful.
Right.
To be fair, though, I think that makes more sense for a brewery than a bar. Because you can have
Honestly,
if you're
I
in
agree
a
either way. Personally.
because I think a really good beer bar that has foot traffic can handle 20 or 30, but only because they're basically doing that 10 times 3. And you're going to have everybody going, I love that IPA. Wait, you have 3 more.
But playing devil's
what I mean?
advocate,
Harry, I
how long
love
do
you
you
so much,
think?
but I still disagree.
That's fair.
That's just me.
Playing devil's advocate, how long do you think in some of those craft beer bars that have 20, 30 on tap,
Right.
how long do you think some of those beers are sitting?
Well, actually, it's funny because I feel like nowadays things like on tap, because they track what goes on tap,
Yeah.
that's data you know. And if you're a good beer bar, you'll dump it if it's that bad, that long. But honestly, if it's keeping in check or you're running through a lot of kegs because it's going quickly,
I mean, the one I think I would say that would actually would fit that would be Blind Tiger.
yeah.
They go through. They have tons of events. They rotate through. I think a lot better than maybe some other people do.
Yeah.
But I think that's they're 24 taps, 28 taps, something like that.
But that's what they probably rotate every 2 days.
It rotates pretty quickly.
Yeah. A
Events-
good beer bar that can rotate is worth having that many taps. And the ones that are sitting are probably the more chill beers that you're starting or ending the night with. But they're not going to go bad, right? They're
I'm
like
so
the
biased,
Pilsners that
I
chills.
just have such strong hipster feelings. I respect what you're
It's
saying.
because you're in Brooklyn, bro.
But it's just gives me such strong, deep feelings. I will take out of it. I know what you're saying, and you're absolutely right. In my opinion, for the average consumer, when they come to a bar, there's only so many options that are viable.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's a matter of opinion.
I'm
not
literally,
right or wrong.
yeah, like I
course.
just think it makes sense in places with the right foot traffic and the right kind of vibe where they know they're going to burn through at least 1 keg every day or 2. If you can't do that,
still
don't
mean-
bother.
If our tap room was this busy every day, I think we could probably this is our Saturday.
Yeah.
It's
The sun
even
is still
busier.
out.
Yeah,
The
you
sun's
guys
still
are
out,
busy.
so-
Strong Rope right
Hey,
now
Ken,
is hot.
place
If
is-
you're not a Strong Rope
this
right
place
now
is
on a
popping.
Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
You got a lot going on today,
at
but
the public
but
library? Get
for
it together.
for a moment, can we acknowledge the Beer Today, Beer Tomorrow? I drink beer.
already
I
heard
drink beer today. I drink beer tomorrow. Bottle share here. I mean, this is the place to be right now.
Oh, yeah. Three-way love.
In Brooklyn, in New York, you like craft beer. This is the place to be right now.
I'm seeing some sexy bottles here. Some sexy cans. This is
Oh, yeah.
pretty nice.
I'm
It's
hearing
sexy
them
time.
now,
Hearing some
too.
things dropping,
I hope
too.
that's
So,
not
yeah,
breaking, yeah.
Sexy bottles being dropped. That's part of
Sexy
the process.
broken bottles.
Yeah.
And I see you brought some beer yourself.
Oh, of course, if it's a bottle share, I wanted to. We have our, we don't have a lot of bottles, but we do have our barley wine that's getting up to about a year old at this point.
Oh,
Word.
Thomas is stumbling
Barley
Buffalo,
wine.
10.5%. So
Is
yeah,
stumbling
so,
what we're going to do after this?
the amount of beer that I see you guys have drank, yeah, probably.
I think it's important to know that it's a bottle and can share, and you guys, shout out to Strong Rope. If you want to come here and get some beer to take home, you have a beautiful crowler machine.
We do have
which
beautiful
I was
crowler
eye-fucking
machine.
pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We
You
got-
should have been
yeah.
here for the original fucking show. It broke while we were interviewing
I
him.
had to hear it on my commute. I listen to the podcast. I don't live it. You're on the show. I can only find out.
It's working now, so
Jesus.
don't worry, everybody. Come on down and
looks
get a
beautiful.
crowler.
The most important thing is it works now. It works.
Those are the words we all want to hear.
Working
Yes.
is the most important part.
Yes.
I've been looking to come to Strong Rope for so long. I've been in the area. My girlfriend right here, Tina, shout out, she's beautiful. She used to work at Dino, and I knew
Oh.
Strong Rope was here.
Yeah.
We just never got around to it. And then my boy Petey over here, I saw it beer here, and he recommended we come to Strong Rope. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I haven't been there yet. I would
Yeah.
love to go there. I love this area. So I'm so happy that I'm finally here. I was
No.
excited to come here.
I'm glad you made it in.
Absolutely.
You know, we're small enough and young enough that we're still getting a lot of people just that live right around the corner from us, and we're like, oh, I've never been in.
You have a great
this and
area.
this. So yeah,
The area is so.
I'm not gonna lie, as a local, I have way too many options, and it's amazing.
Perry.
Humble brag. Hashtag humble brag.
spoil of riches right now.
So now,
Hashtag I love beer as well.
so now, can you tell us a little bit about this Thomas Stumbling Buffalo Strong Rope brew that you just like? I feel like this is something special. I feel like we need to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the origin, the history, the process? Can you talk about it a little bit?
Yeah. So this is our kind of flagship barley wine, 10.5%. More in the vein of like an English barley wine, a little bit more on the malty side, not quite as aggressively hopped. We do a double mash and take the first runnings of both mash to do this. So we're just trying to get the sweetest, the biggest wort possible. Really just trying to get full, rich, complex malt. Like, you know, the one thing I don't like is I feel like a lot of people kind of bring up malt short. Like they don't think, you know, that there's complexity or depth, and it's not like they think it's kind of one note. Or I feel like you could hear that a lot. Like, but there's just so much going on with this beer and just really good barley wines in general. So we boil for 2 hours on this one, just really trying to get those caramelizations in and, have a nice kind of long ferment. Try to get it clean as much as possible. It's 10.5%, but you're not like getting any heat really. And then we bottled it and, we put it out right away just because we were doing it. But at this point, it's really starting to come into its own. And I could see this aging for a couple more years at least. So
It's got a deep, dark, delicious, and in my opinion, it almost tastes like a speculoos gingerbread taste, the way the spices mix.
yeah,
At the bottom
there's some like esters and stuff and some.
Yeah, absolutely. In my opinion, absolutely.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate that the booze is not forward, actually. Like, it doesn't taste like a 10%
It
beer
doesn't.
Yeah.
at all, which is nice because most barley wines kick you in the face
In my
before you
opinion-
even have the alcohol hit you.
Right.
In my opinion, a lot of barley wines taste like prune juice. I don't know if that's my own life experiences that I can't shake, but this one absolutely has a deep, dark.
I don't know about your
beautiful
prune juice
spice.
life, but I also respect that you called that out.
There you go. I feel like a lot of barley wine. It's almost like the way I would describe this barley wine. It's like melted sugar, like fermented brown
The
sugar.
best way I can
There you go.
explain
Yeah.
is when I took a sip, I felt like I was looking over the edge, and I looked deep down, and then there it was, the flavor, the spice flavor, the butter flavor.
Yeah.
That's why it, to me, felt like a gingerbread cookie.
Yeah. No, I can totally see that. And it even has like, in the background, like some like notes of like chocolate, just in like the way background, like
Yeah, I can
almost
see
like
It's got a nice long tail of flavors. Like,
Yeah.
you get the slight sweetness and the niceness up front, but as you let it sip, it got a lot of going on.
I feel like you almost have to, after you take each sip, you have to do a kind of like,
Yeah, exactly.
and
yeah,
then you start
yeah.
getting like, oh, damn.
You
Your
gotta
tongue's
appreciate
like,
it.
by the way, here's all the cool shit, man.
Yeah, like,
You-
guess
you
what?
gotta
thought
really-
You knew shit.
You gotta savor it and appreciate
It
it.
is, yeah, I agree. It is kind of a beer to savor. It's delicious. Very
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm proud. It's great.
So now, Strong Rope. What do you got? What do you guys got going on? Like, what can you promote? What can you say to our audience about what you got coming up
When
soon?
does number 9 come out to everyone?
when is
Because
that?
number 9 on the board, the NEPA, was dope.
So
Yeah, so we'll preface
How
that by
can we get
saying
it?
your number 9, your New England IPA, has
We've
been a
been drinking it
huge
all
hit
day.
amongst the crowd.
Yeah.
The slang.
Very well
so
done.
that was the funny thing about that one. That was a collab that we did with Upstate Brewing and Steuben Brewing.
Yeah.
Both Upstate's in Elmira, Steuben's in by Cuca Lake.
I know Elmira way too well. I went to school in Binghamton.
There you go.
I hate that whole area. I'm sure they're nice guys. Fuck Binghamton. The
So-
city. Fuck not
So yeah,
Binghamton, the
so for that one we wanted to the reason it's called Have You Ever is because a lot of when we were thinking about what we wanted to do for the collab, it was like, oh, have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? And one of the things I've never done is use non-New York State hops. So
Shout out to
that
you.
one,
Interesting. Okay.
that one
Ooh,
actually.
That was like a humble brag.
So
now what hops did you use for this?
So it was 50-50 New York versus non-New York. 50.
Okay.
So we used Mackinac and Centennial or Chinook
Are you
from
guys
New
in
York.
New York? I know there's a New York brewery. I don't remember the phrase. I
The
just saw
farm brewing.
Yeah, are
Farm
you guys
brewing.
in New York? Right. Because
We're
I know
only a farm
Mythology
brewery.
on Long Island.
Right, right.
Shout out Mythology. They're
Yeah.
big into that.
Yeah.
Are you guys certified in the same way?
Yeah, we're 100% on New York State Farm Brewery. Besides that one beer, 100% of our beers have 100% New York hops in them. We have about 90 to 95% New York malts.
Are you from New York? Chip.
No. It's someone's in there. Sorry. Our walk-in cooler was my man Troy's here, so
There's
he's taking care
there's
of it.
always crazy
I had
shit going
beer
on when
for
we're
you.
interviewing you.
Sorry.
He's
A lot
representing.
of brewers. I told
just-
my brother's right there. I was like, close the door.
Yeah.
He's
I just
representing.
wanted to make sure no one was going in there to pee. Like, I don't know. It's right next to the bathroom.
The temptation is great.
So back to the beer. So the other side, the non-New York, was Vic's Secret and
Oh, yeah.
New
Oh, nice.
German hop Monroe. Yeah, and then we did tons of flaked oats, flaked wheat, and milk sugar.
Nice.
Gave
That
it
lactose.
that lactose.
In my opinion, lactose and oats make everything better.
Oh, yeah.
Except-
I haven't had a beer where it makes it
Except
worse.
when you're me and you're lactose intolerant.
He's
Aw.
lactose intolerant.
But you
Yeah.
know
I
what?
gotta ruin everything.
But you
We're
know
trying
what?
this fucking time.
I drink it anyways. Hey,
Got him.
There you go.
He's just farting all over the place.
So now,
Jesus,
so now,
Sorry,
you
we didn't
have
put that on the menu, did we?
yeah.
it's all good. I was
Fucking
gonna
Perry.
drink it no matter what.
very intolerant.
So now, what do you guys got coming up that you can talk about? Like, I mean,
Beer
what-
wise or
everything wise. We want to know, what do you got coming up? What's new? And when are you guys going to be canning? Because you know what? The streets is watching. We want those cans.
there's no definite plans for cans. We've been working on some things.
I like
some
that.
stuffs.
I like it. I like it.
Philosophically, why?
We have so. What we'll probably do is what we do often is try to have different things. So we'll have a IPA, which is not different, but it's going to be 100% New York IPA,
Shout out New York.
and then a brown ale. Are going to be our first two releases
Okay.
because we like brown ales here, and I don't think they get a lot of love. So we'll
Are
see
you
how
worried
we
about Newcastle firebombing your house?
yeah.
Don't worry.
Those northern English people always
Yeah.
firebombing our house.
They love firebombing.
Oh, they had enough of that in their lifetime. They're not gonna do that shit.
They might have made enough that they're not worried now. But
So we're still kind of figuring out exactly where that would happen, how that would happen. We don't have a ton of capacity here, so the run, if we did a mobile canning run here, would be very small and maybe not worth the effort. The margins would be really, really slim.
because you have crowlers already,
But we have growlers, so maybe it's something that we
which
do.
I'm very glad you did.
Right. But it makes sense. You can have some type of aluminum can.
It's a blessing. Like people
Sure.
love your beer enough that they need to bring it home.
Right.
And I agree, the beer is
Yeah.
delicious. I'm very glad you have it.
But in the end, maybe it's we contract out the can side of things, so we can do something on a bigger scale,
Sure.
and make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
And there's places around here that we might be able to do, but we're still kind of crunching the numbers,
Do
figuring
you
everything
have
out.
kind of in your opinion, a signature beer? Because a lot of places, like they might start their canning out with their signature beer. And
So, I don't know. I mean,
I'm
we
not
have-
so sure. This is the first time I've
I
been
feel
here.
like we have a lot of different beers, and a lot of them are kind of signature in their own style.
Yeah.
So, like, if you said you have a signature brown, I'd be like, yes, you have a signature IPA. We have a Strong Rope IPA, which isn't on right now. Do we have...
Which isn't on right now.
Which isn't on. Which is coming on. It will be coming
For
on.
the Strong Rope fanboy, you're just punching right in the kidneys.
Yeah,
Why are
no.
you doing that?
come in, I'll just kick you in the knee.
That's how you do it.
So I mean, like, in that sense as well, if you're talking about canning, have you looked into collaborating with somebody who wants to can something?
Well, they have mobile canning.
No,
You
but
don't
I'm
have to
saying,
can your own
no,
beer.
but I'm saying, like,
Right, like,
for example,
go to-
somebody like Other Half will bring whoever in. They'll do a release.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but
Someone
that would
who's
be
already doing canning.
But that's what I'm saying. That would be an interesting way to do like one
jump in
beer.
with someone that actually does cans.
Yeah, like as a
Bring
normal
back
thing.
KCBC, Other Half,
Yeah, yeah.
that type of thing.
Right.
Would that be
You're
something
probably
you would
better off at
consider doing?
KCBC than Other Half, to be honest. KCBC is much more friendly. It's
Sorry, I was getting a beer.
the
Hold on.
fact that you have crowlers probably does a lot for the people that want to take it home, but I feel like the people that love Strong Rope,
It's
having the cans is a certain level of excitement and a certain level of, repping the brand that they love, honestly.
as much as I love the crawlers, they're not the same thing as getting cans out there.
course,
It's
of
just
course.
it's just a different beast. And your point about the going with someone else that is already doing cans is not it's not lost on us. I mean, we're talking. It's just kind of figuring that out and getting those kind of
The details.
things, the details
obviously. Yeah,
laid
yeah.
out and stuff. So
But I feel like that would be a good way to get the word out a little more, right? Like,
I don't know that would.
hey, we're doing a great beer here. Let's do a great beer with
Right.
somebody else that we respect. Like,
So-
let's
so-
get it
so-
wide weld.
So let me ask you, how do you feel about this whole bottle share event going on here today? Like,
'Cause I was personally surprised that you were in favor for it, in my experience with Bottle Share.
Well, I think it was. I mean, one, you guys brought out a lot of people, and they brought a lot of beer earlier. So,
Yes.
if you want to keep it up with that model, I'm all for that. Like,
well, we made it a point to say,
yeah.
please say thank you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
doing this. You know,
But we're all about beer here, and if as long as it's not hurting the business, I'm all about it. I think it's fucking great.
Are you part of the beer share culture yourself in your spare time?
No, I don't have the time for that.
I can understand that.
I like it, and I'm down, but I don't do trades. I just don't do that. It's not
Because you're busy running a goddamn business.
right. Yeah, I'm trying to make
Takes up
those beers
all
that
your
you want
time
to trade.
and all your life. Whoa,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
great phrase.
Yeah.
Making those beers you want to trade. Speaking on that, I had to say I'm sorry because I've never had a Strong Rope beer before this.
No.
I've been loving the beers that I've had since I've been here. Have you had collaborations with other breweries that other people might have heard of so that they can make the transition? Oh wow, Strong Rope's worked with them. And if not-
other breweries. We did something with
What's your
Five
goal?
Boroughs.
Five Boroughs,
yeah.
one of the biggest in breweries.
Yeah.
You know where I learned that on this podcast.
Yeah.
One of the biggest breweries in New York, besides
great podcast.
Bronx Brewery.
Shout out
and
Five
one
Boroughs.
other I can't remember.
2017
Yeah.
was a great
I
fucking
had
Five-
no idea they had
Five
such
Boroughs-
huge capacity.
Have
Top-
you been down there?
I haven't been there yet.
You
Yeah,
need to
it's-
fix that.
it's ridiculous.
Five
cool.
I learned
Boroughs-
about it through them, and
the
I asked,
third biggest
around.
brewery in New York.
Third biggest?
Third.
Yeah, dude,
Really?
they're fucking huge.
Just in
I didn't
terms
know
of beer
Bronx
overall
was that
capacity
big.
at the moment, or
I feel like overall, like just size.
In terms of their barrel capacity. I didn't know fucking Bronx was that big. I heard Bronx was in the top third as well.
But you know,
that I
there's
could see.
Bronx and not to be the guy that brings up beef, but
Oh, there was beef.
there's beef
We
in the Bronx.
grilled it.
Well,
we
the
let
Bronx
it
is
out
the last
there.
wild
There's
borough. I'll
beef
put
in-
that out there and I stand by it.
There is beef in the Bronx.
There will always be beef in the Bronx.
Well, until there's a
we
little
can do
more,
a whole podcast about the Bronx.
until
I'm not
there's a
gonna
little
get
more
into it.
color throughout that fucking borough, there will be. I mean, you got one or two, right? You're gonna fight until it's real.
Okay. That's a whole different
And
subject.
honestly, so
All right,
far,
well, we're
there's,
getting sidetracked.
so far there's only one winner in the Bronx, for my opinion.
We're sidetracked.
Shots
All right.
fired.
What happens with breweries that
Yeah.
people that don't know Strong Rope might have heard of them? That's
Yeah.
what I was asking.
Yeah. We did something with Keg and Lantern, Five Boroughs, the guys upstate, and Stu Ben. Not a ton. We've done a bunch of like little collabs with like homebrew shops and bars, Bitter Nesters,
Homebrew
and
shop,
61
that's dope.
Local and Tap Room.
Shout out
Cruise
the
Seven.
homebrew shop you worked with because they need the shout outs.
Yeah. Who?
The homebrew shop that you worked with. Shout them out. I'm sure they appreciate it.
Bitter Nesters? Wait.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the only homebrew shop in New York.
Shout out to Bitter Nesters.
Wait.
It's true. Yeah.
There's more than one homebrew shop in New York.
Who else is in New York right now?
What, New York City?
City.
The
Yeah.
5
City.
boroughs.
There's one in Brooklyn. We were just talking about it
Well,
not so long ago.
that's who's in. Where's Brooklyn Brew Shop? Do they actually have
Brooklyn
a
Brew
space?
Shop. Yes, that's
Well,
right.
Brooklyn Blue Shop, I feel like they moved. They were Brooklyn, but they moved their operations outside.
I thought they were more of an online, and nothing against them.
No, they were more
Man,
of a.
I'm only going
Yeah.
off of word of mouth.
Yeah, I'm
That's what she said.
Bitter Nesters right now is our the local homebrew shop. Like if you're gonna go and ask questions and need someone to talk to, and
Did you start that relationship before you started brewing commercially?
so when I started homebrewing in 2003 back up in Rochester. When
Shout
I
out
came
2003. Shout out 50 Cent.
Shout out to the Bills.
Shout out 50 Cent.
Shout out to the Bills.
He was there.
Shout
at
out
that
to the
time.
Bills, yeah.
He was there.
Buffalo
with-
Bills
Made
all
it to
day.
the playoffs. What?
There's a lot of things
Lost in the
with you.
playoffs in the first round.
Indy
What?
Club was hot. The Buffalo Bills are hot.
Yeah. So when I was first homebrewing in New York City, the only homebrew shop here was Brooklyn Homebrew. They eventually closed up shop, and Bitter Nesters kind of took over that mantle. They were around at the same time, but Brooklyn Homebrew did not last. Bitter Nesters is still going on. They were both great shops, all great people. But the Bitter Nesters crew right now is awesome, super supportive, and always involved in what's going on in the homebrew community.
I only know word of mouth because we're from Long Island, so we know
Okay.
our own Long Island.
Well, you got
shops
homebrew
there.
hand grenades.
Yeah, shout out homebrew hand grenades.
Shout out to Peter Tripp. Oh,
What up? Yeah.
I love. You know what? He said one of the best things you could ever say about beer. He was just like, pinkies down. It's just beer, and I respect it.
He's a very nice
Because a
guy.
lot of people get really worked up. The way I interpreted it was a lot of people got worked up with his like craft versus non-craft. And at the end of the day, obviously craft beer is better than not craft beer. But there is breweries that started out as craft beer that sold out, but they're still making good beer. And at the end of the day, it's I get it. There's both sides of the debate, but at the end of the day, beer is beer, and you drink what you like.
It's whatever you're into.
It doesn't matter who
You're
you
not
are,
gonna
where
say,
you
like,
are.
Within my family, we get a little Latino. That's just how we live. And like on New Year's or Christmas Eve, they're gonna want me to bring through Coronas. That's just how it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that game, buddy. I
There's
know
just
that game.
certain cultural things. Doesn't matter if it's craft or not. That's just at this point what the beer is for that moment. Could I bring through a lager that in that particular situation would be as good? Yes. But would they care? No. I think there's certain moments where you can't turn people
Right.
onto craft. We've talked about that before. How can you turn people onto craft? What can you say, drink this, not that? Which I think is a subreddit. Probably. I'm sure you've run into that a lot.
Yeah,
People going
I
to the
mean,
bar.
for me, it's if someone's like, I drink this, I'm like, well, here, try this.
Right.
You just gotta give them,
Drink
give them
this, not
something.
that.
Try. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really what it comes down to. Because either they're going to be interested in exploring or they're not. If they're not, then there's nothing you really can do.
I think we come from an advantage in the beer world that people that drink beer like to drink beer.
Yeah.
So they'll at least give you that one try.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you say like I've never tried, I like Miller Lite, and you have maybe a nice Pilsner, a dry hop Pilsner, and they take that shot, it's easier than it would be for a lot of other mediums for them to take
Right.
that chance. Because at the end of the fucking day, it's a beer.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of people come in today. And they're like, "Well, I want a wheat beer."
I'm sure.
And I'm like, "I don't have a wheat beer right now, but you can try our saison. Nothing's gonna be like a wheat beer that you have in your mind that you're trying to think of. But we have things that might have similar aspects in particular ways.
Yeah.
So try these, and maybe you'll jump on something. And like I gave multiple people asked this, and I gave them both like Field Drinker, our small IPA, and our honey pot, our honey saison that was aged. One person took the Field Drinker, one person took the saison. Like, it's just it's
Personal flavor.
right. It just ends up because you also don't know what they necessarily mean by a wheat beer.
I'm
And I don't want to get into the conversation. Is this a Belgian white or is it a German?
because you're the only one that will care.
Is this an American? Like, what do you mean by wheat beer? Like,
I'm most interested in, and I asked this to a lot of the people that I know. I have a lot of very good friends through beer, and I ask them the same question every time. How do you interact with your appreciation for craft beer with your friends who don't give a fuck about beer and never will? Your friends that have been there from day one, your old school friends, that let's say you even show them, you say, hey, dudes, I just made this beer, and they're like, that's cool, I just like Bud Light.
I don't have too many of those friends.
Damn. You cut them out. Did you cut them out?
I cut them out. I was like, you know what? We're done.
You got rid of them.
Can't do this. No, I don't. Most of my friends drink beer or,
but maybe
like craft
not
beer.
the right beer.
No, most of them drink the right beer.
They've come around.
They like it. I mean,
I think that tells how good of a salesman you are.
But I'm also, at this point, I'm almost 41. I've been hounding on these people for years, so I broke them down. I got them.
You're like either you're in or you're out.
Yeah. Listen, dude, I'm just gonna keep asking you. Please drink an IPA.
Yeah.
You fucking breaking
but
my
you know
balls.
what? You go to there's a
christening.
place on Atlantic Avenue, Floyd's, that we used to go play bocce ball, bocce
Shout
at,
out Bocce.
and they have a thing called the Crapacopia. It's a can. It's not a can. It's a bucket of Schlitz and Schaefer's and Jenny Cream
It's so
and
old school.
PBR.
Jenny Cream's not
and-
that bad.
Where's the
But
place
rest-
that has
but that's-
Bocce all the
but
time
you're,
in Brooklyn?
You're saying that because that's become, I feel like that's become kind of these. It's like I appreciate what Jenny Cream is, what High Falls Brewery is doing, and what these other people are doing. These are like the vanguards, but their beers were seen in the exact same way that they don't have that aggressive corporate attitude that the other
That's fair.
players might.
Yeah.
And they've been able to kind of hold out, and they are part of their own conglomerates and big things. But it's PBR is like the hipster people. Like, it's who the fuck owns it? Like,
That's an entirely different podcast on how did PBR become the hipster beer. I bet you there's some sick, super rich executive that fucking worked all that out, because none of it makes sense. But I guarantee you, there's someone with 3 Lambos that figure that shit out.
But people just but, you have these
Definitely.
beers that people want, and it becomes a thing, and it's kind of the antithesis of craft in a way.
Yeah.
That like, oh well, we have this, and it's like,
Right.
but they also will then drink like the haziest double IPA, bro, on the fucking market.
I like the bro added in. That's important. I like the bro.
Well, yeah, it's
part of the description, and it does read well.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
That's how the scene goes, right?
Yeah.
it's a dip of B.
Yeah.
It's a double IPA.
So
bro.
now, is there? I mean, we've been going all day here. It's been a really good day, I have to say. We've been drinking excessively, and so happy again to have you be able to host this.
So
all.
glad to be here. I love this
So
space.
happy to be here.
It's a
Thanks,
beautiful
guys.
space.
Thanks for coming out.
You've been way too nice to us. We
Yeah,
really don't deserve it.
You've been. I concur. You've been way
Really.
too nice. We're scumbags.
All right,
You've
get
been
the fuck
nice.
out.
He's about to fall
Right.
over.
We're
That's
some
how much
type
he's loving
guys.
this.
We're not really
With
that
that
good of people.
with that said, your glass is empty. What are we drinking to close out this great day? And what else can you tell us about how awesome Strong Rope is?
Why
So
should people
two-part.
come here?
Two-part.
In your opinion.
Wait.
Same question.
Sorry,
Different
that was almost
words.
3 parts.
What are we closing out to drink with? That's what I need to know first.
I got all kinds of shit going on here. I think
what
the most
hasn't been
important
open?
question is, for people that are listening right now, because I'm a big fan, I listen to this podcast. Why should you come to Strong Rope Brewery?
Two-part question. I think you need to drink all that.
I'm going to.
Drink it. And we need to pour more, and then I think you need to answer, why should we come? We know why it's awesome, but why should the public know who's listening? Why should they come
Because I think
here?
they should listen to you guys all the time.
That's not a fuck we do.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think you should come to Strong Rope because this is exactly the type of culture you want to be if you're going to be drinking beer. Like, this is people hanging out, just chilling and drinking great fucking beer, just having a great time. This is not a pretentious place.
Not at all. This is a great place.
Got him.
We just love beer. We love our customers. We love people hanging out. We love just fucking chilling. So,
The fact that you allowed us to come here shows that you love craft beer culture.
cheers.
I think that's really salud. That was a nod, and I appreciate it.
Salud.
Cheers.
Yeah. For me, it's important to embrace the culture. It's important to, not just kind of pay lip service to it, but really just we're beer fans. We want beer fans to be here, drinking our beer, hanging out, sharing their beer. Any homebrewer that comes in, I'm like, why didn't you bring homebrew? Like, come share homebrew with me. Like, I
We're going
want
to next time we come here,
bring it.
our gang.
Do it.
Hashtag
Yeah.
pouring that beer. We
Yeah.
got you, dog.
Next time, right?
Let's do it. Next time we come around, we're right in the face. Turns out, for any home brewer out there, it's not very easy to order 16-ounce cans.
Yeah.
It's not at all. You either have to find a friend, or there's very few businesses that will sell you 16-ounce empty cans. I'm sure you know.
Wait, what are you doing?
If you want to can your homebrew, I sure you heard the laugh.
Deal.
Oh, we all
I
heard
don't
the
even know
laugh.
anybody that's doing that. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
The proud and the few who
The
want to
proud-
do that. Shout out Pouring That Beer. Shout out I Drank Beer. It's not easy to do. It's
Not at all. Not at all.
But I will bring
And-
some to you, my friend.
Please do.
I will.
I'm pretty sure all the big bottles that are part of the share are
Yeah.
going home with you guys purely to be carriers for a floor mat beer.
Shit. Yeah.
Or at least that was the words I heard.
I don't know. There was
All
a lot
the
of
big bottles
beers.
are gone. I went to go get a bottle.
No,
for
I'm
this
saying
podcast.
I'm saying you
Stuff.
guys are going to take them home to refill them for the public.
No, we don't.
For the public.
We're doing 16-ounce canning. We live craft life. We don't need bottles. We don't need your used bottles. We do all new shit. Shout out Pouring That Beer.
Crazy
Shout out New York. Shout out
motherfucker.
Long Island. Shout out Drink Local. Every time.
Drink local.
Shout out Strong Rope. If you live in this community, go get a goddamn beer.
Shout out to Strong Rope. Definitely. And it's been a great day. I feel that we've covered a lot of bases here. I feel like Beer Today, Beer Tomorrow. I feel like Strong Rope. I feel like I Drank Beer. We came together and we made something special happen today.
Crossed
If you
a
come
lot of
in
things.
from Long Island, let me talk to all my Long Island brethren. If you come into Atlantic Terminal and you need to get a couple beers before you go to where you're going, come to Strong Rope.
Do it.
It's not that far away.
It's a 12-minute walk.
I feel like
Not that long of a walk, and you can get an actual great beer at a great price.
Of course.
Come through.
Of course.
Very chill.
There you
the
go.
owner.
oh yeah.
Got people that
Listen,
work for him. Gotta be great people.
I feel like
Come through.
it's just been a great day. I feel like we accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish today. I feel like we came
It's
together.
all because of Strong Rope.
It's
really
all
is.
because of Strong Rope. Shout out
It's
to
because of you
In an
guys.
alleyway,
Strong
we
Rope.
fighting
No.
rats and shit.
Strong Rope was like, let this happen here. We don't care about this insanity that's about to go down. And the insanity went down, and we came here. We drank a lot of great Strong Rope beers.
Literally less than 3 people died today. I'm pretty sure.
And-
Less
I
than,
don't have
literally
the
less,
exact
yes.
numbers, but less than 3 scientifically people died at Strong Rope today. So we're good.
all good. Great time.
That's a
Shout
true
out to Strong Rope.
statement. Yeah,
Shout
true.
out to Brooklyn.
Scientifically
Shout
true statement.
out to Queens. Strong Rope Brewery.
Shout out Strong Rope.
Brooklyn.
Come through and get a goddamn beer.
Fuck
Jesus.
yeah. I drank beer. Fuck yeah.
Got him.
Beer today.
Got him.
Beer tomorrow.
Got him.
I drank beer today.
Every day.
I drank beer tomorrow.
Let's do it.
That's how the fuck we do.
God damn, just come through to Strong Rope. God, why are you fucking... You guys are making me tired. It's right near the Barclay. Just come get a beer. It's delicious.
Just come to Strong
be
Rope.
stupid.
That's all we got to say.
That's it.
And what are we pouring? Let's end the show. What are we pouring to end the show?
No, we're not. We're not going to name it. We're drinking Strong Rope beer all day till
Every
we
day.
die. It's done.
That New England IPA was some.
It's done.
Oh,
Number
yeah.
9. If you come here, it's probably not the same.
There's probably
It's probably different.
just a smidge left. So if you
Probably
want
different. Shout out
Get
Strong
it.
Rope
Shout out all day, every day. And that's it.
and the show.
All I got to say is thank you.
it, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank me. That's how we do.
You get a thank you, and you get a thank you, and
You get a thank you. You get a thank you. And we fucking out.
Thanks for listening to this week's show. We really hope you enjoyed the I Drank Beer Today, I Drank Beer Tomorrow Can Share Extravaganza trilogy. BTBT is back next week in the borough of Queens for a chat with Fifth Hammer Brewing, so stay tuned. Don't forget to follow the Beer Today, Beer Tomorrow Craft Beer Odyssey on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to stay up to date on all the cool shit we're doing. And if you have yet to do so, please subscribe to the show. Thanks for all the support. It is greatly appreciated. Until next time, drink local, drink fresh, repeat. Cheers. 080415.